strike is called for, Special Operations Forces are frequently dropped into the hot zone before anyone else. They often act alone, with little chance of backup if anything goes wrong. If you've been crawling through dirt or sand and wading through seawater, can you trust your rifle to keep you alive? When you pull the trigger, will it work or will it blow up in your face? It's a harsh fact of war. If your weapon jams in a firefight, you're dead.
When bullets are flying and people are dying, you need to have a weapon you can count on in the heat of battle. I'd like to introduce you to the HK-416. This is one special weapon.
The Heckler & Koch 416 is a gas-operated carbine rifle. Available in 4 barrel lengths, they say even the shortest version is deadly accurate. It has bite. And no matter how you abuse it, it won't let you down. But I need to see the proof for myself. Is there really such a thing as a rifle that can be used and abused and then used again? Bruce Davison is a fellow former Navy SEAL who worked on refining the 416's design.
So, Bruce, this is it right here, the H&K 416. What's new? What's different about this thing?
Well, basically, it looks familiar to everyone. However, what we've done when we designed this weapon was to go through and try to take what the current platform was and make it the most reliable thing that we could give to the soldier.
From the outside, it looks a lot like the standard M4 assault rifle, but Heckler & Koch cleverly redesigned the internal mechanism, and then they pushed it to the limit.
I've seen it go through our desert testing where we fired excess of 24,000 rounds for a couple of years in a row during development. I've seen it buried in the sand, I've seen it buried in the mud, I've seen it shot out of the water, and I know it works.
Big claims. Let's see if this gun can really live up to the hype. First, we're gonna bury it in a rifle's worst enemy, sand. Even a small amount of grit, sand, or dust can jam the works of a regular gun. In extreme cases, the next time you pull the trigger, it could explode in your face.
Now, there's no soldier in the world that would want to do that to their weapon. But sometimes things happen, and you need to know, no matter what, that weapon is going to work. By the way, don't try this at home. Now that's impressive. When I buried that, there was definitely sand in the barrel. A simple shake, and boom, I was right down range firing rounds. I would never have tried that ever with any weapon while I served in SEAL Team.
And here's something that's gonna cause serious problems on a typical coastal advance into enemy territory. It's water. It won't usually make a gun jam, but shooting a standard assault rifle filled with water means the gun, or at least the barrel, will almost certainly blow up. Not recommended.
So we've now placed the weapon in. Water is actually filling all these little holes.
It seeps into every single orifice of the weapon, and it takes up space. And the weapon needs that space in order to be able to operate,
Right.
Especially something like a gas tube. If you get water in a gas tube, you're going to end up with a catastrophic failure of the weapon,
Absolutely.
which could mean destruction of the weapon, injury to personnel, or even death.
Absolutely. All right, let's see this go. Weapon's safe, ready to go. I'll tell you what, you come off the beach, you want to know that your weapon's going to work. But I'll tell you, having a weapon that's smart that's designed to perform under extreme stress and pressure, and knowing you can count on it, you can rely on it, makes all the difference in the heat of battle. This is that weapon.
Nothing seems to faze this gun. Say you are parachuting into action. You need to defend yourself. No problem. This gun can shoot from any angle without jamming. You can even use it upside down as you rappel in.
So Wayne, what are we going to see here?
What I'm going to show here is basically just the reliability of the system, the consistency and the ejection pattern of the gun, regardless of the position. I'm going to shoot 100 rounds non-stop with the gun and being rotated 360 degrees.
Which is good news for anyone on a special ops team. There's no telling what the mission might call for, and when you're about to drop into hostile territory, you've got enough to think about without worrying about whether your weapon is going to let you down.
That's awesome.
Special operation units prefer smaller assault rifles. They're compact but still offer automatic and semi-automatic rates of fire. The 416's rate of fire is about 650 rounds a minute. Pretty standard for an assault rifle. But even shooting flat out, the 416's bolt stays completely cool because the hot, dirty gases from the exploding rounds are channeled away from the critical internal components. One more reason why this weapon is less likely to jam.
You can see how hot the barrel is.
Absolutely.
You felt how hot the barrel
Right.
is. Would you have done that with your traditional gun? Just hold it. Hold it.
Oh, wow, look at that.
It's cold.
It's absolutely cold. Now, normally, with any of the other weapons that would have fired, this would be so hot, you wouldn't even want to touch it. This is why it's so durable, isn't it?
Absolutely. Because there's no heat transfer to the bolt. You don't get that heat erosion and the heat catastrophe on any of the bolt parts.
And that's what keeps it from jamming.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Okay, I'm impressed. But what else can it do? It can fire in semi or automatic modes, of course. And there's a host of other accessories like laser aiming designators and specialist optic sights. But what else can it do?
Not only does a combat weapon have to be extremely durable, it has to be flexible. 40-millimeter grenade launcher.
In the old days, you had to take your grenade launcher to the unit armorer and have him install it because it had to be safety wired and properly installed and all this. With this one, there's one pin here, retract, and it's captive, and then it slides off the weapon.
That's fantastic.
And the operator can change out an upper to another length barrel upper and just make a sniper rifle into an entry gun, into a grenade launcher mounted gun. I mean, it's just great. It's leaps and bounds above all of its predecessors. It really incorporates features in this particular design of gun that we've never seen before. It's made to do room entries. It's made to be a marksman's rifle. It can do it all.
So it's incredibly flexible, incredibly durable. You can kit it up any way you want. It's the weapon of the future.
Yeah.